Hi everyone, Jack Willard here with a layback fireside chat. Of course, I don't have a fireplace. No eggnog here. It's not like the kind of drink I should be drinking. But we call this Bob Joyce slash Elvis chat. Fans and critics. We'll show a few pictures here, and it won't be off my phone. Okay, I promise. Um, Most of you know I've been doing this topic, talking about the pastor from Benton, Arkansas, since 2018. We've done, I suppose, hundreds of videos. We've covered just about every angle, including reasons why he may not be Elvis Presley, Pastor Bob Joyce. I've told you that when I did the very first Bob Joyce video in January, I think, of 2018, I mentioned that if the pastor was not happy with my work or if he had issues with it, all he had to do is video message me on Facebook Messenger. If he told me to take them down, I would. And I repeated that in a number of videos and never got an answer. Tell me one other creator that has ever said that. And since we've been doing the topic, the amount of programmers, the amount of Facebook groups that talk about Elvis alive as Bob Joyce, etc., etc., they have grown and grown and grown. I don't know if these critics contact every one of them and say, censor this, it's all nonsense, take it down. What I say to the critics that usually make the same points over and over is that you need to start your own YouTube channel. Start your own YouTube channel. It is just amazing how the theme is always, I don't like it, so I want to censor it for everybody. That's exactly what the progressives are about. And we talk about that in our Homage to Rush series. There's 6 episodes up right now. I'll tell you when there'll be a 7th because I'm going to do what we call the Daily Pop-Off, which will be released. I'm doing this about 1 o'clock in the morning on Thanksgiving week. It's a early Tuesday morning, and I will do a daily pop-off for this 26th day of November 2024. We'll do a live show Wednesday night at 10 p.m., Worldwide Ramblings, we call it, at 10 p.m. East Coast time, U.S. of A. And then Thursday we'll pop on a couple of times because Karen and I and Andy are not going anyplace. Karen's going to cook here, and I'll help her. I always do the mashed potatoes. So there you go. Now let me get right into the Bob Joyce Elvis chat, because if I don't, people that just tune in for that, will get mad. So one of the things that I hear over and over from the critics is trying to tell me that who we think is Willena Hattie, who married Robert Wayne Joyce in 1975, is Sigrid Schultz. Well, here is Sigrid Schultz, thanks to JJB. He gave me this a long time ago. I guess he's on Facebook and perhaps TikTok, yeah. But that's Sigrid Schultz. And she was in Germany. She may still be in Germany. That's her young and old, but we can see that's not who we think is Willena. That's not who we think is Willena. But she was friends with her, friends with Elvis Presley, and somewhere, I got to dig that picture out, I've got a picture of Elvis, the young lady who Elvis was dating, who we think may be Willena, because I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong about the whole thing, and I say that every time. But in this first picture here, it looks like Elvis is just signing. He's in the army. we believe in Germany. I don't think it was basic training. Um, he's in the army, and it looks like he's almost signing this for a fan. The big picture here, you know. Down on the bottom is another picture of Soldier Presley, and who we think is Willina than Willina as she looks today with Pastor Bob Joyce. Obviously, we have better pictures than that, but this is just to talk about the young, pretty lady that was photographed with Elvis Presley, and we are pretty sure they were dating for a while in Germany. I'm not sure who the other woman is in this picture, but that's a great picture of who we think may be Willina. And one more that's clearer than the little picture I showed you earlier from TikTok. Soldier Presley and Willina, not Sigrid Schultz. So people, the critics, they write me these long emails, and they just want to censor everything. They don't give hardly any foundation at all. They do usually talk about the denial that Pastor Bob Joyce made back when the church, Household of Faith, was in a strip mall. It was kind of a veiled denial. No, he never mentioned Elvis in that denial. He said, oh, people say I look like this one or that one, obviously referring to the fact that there is kind of a Kenny Rogers look going on, you know. Jimmy Kimmel, who used to be funny before he sold his soul to the progressives, made fun of us people who think that this pastor in Arkansas, he showed a picture. I don't know if he mentioned Bob Joyce or not. People think he's Elvis Presley, those kind of people. Looks more like Kenny Rogers, if you ask me. Well, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He has the Kenny Rogers look. But if you look, you don't even have to look closely, you know. That's the problem with the critics, is they don't really give any consideration, because when they are ready to make their case, they've already formed their opinion. And as we have said many times, so in that denial, just to get that over with, it was fairly strong, but we know what the Bible says, that when a man comes to Jesus Christ, he is a new creature in Christ. The old man is dead. The old man has passed away. When confronted by Spa Guy kept his camera down, but we could hear, I'm pretty sure it was the man who preaches every Sunday in Benton, Pastor Bob Joyce. He said no, but then seemed to regret saying it, and then said he had to kind of explain himself. The Lord gave me dreams to reach the world. And how was he going to do that? Well, in 2011, he began a YouTube channel right here. John Cook put the first video up, and he was now a certified public figure, a man looking for privacy. People often say, why don't we respect his privacy? Public people don't have privacy in the public setting. Now, if they're in a restaurant with their family, or they're in public with their family, or what have you, give them some space. Yeah, give them some privacy. Don't interrupt their family outing. If they're by themselves or with staff or whatever, it's normal that they're going to have a reaction. You've touched their hearts. You've touched their lives, whether you're Charlie Sheen or whether you're Pastor Bob Joyce, you know. So it's normal. If someone comes on YouTube in 2011 and looks and sounds like Elvis Presley, you're going to get a reaction. And obviously, Pastor Bob is a very smart man, and he knew he would get that reaction. People will say he doesn't look like him, and He doesn't sound like them. I wonder if I'm talking to Helen Keller reincarnated. It just doesn't make any sense. Nobody buys it. But the critics and the Elvis protectors, which are often self appointed, I think, love to do that. They love to go on. I don't know if they go on to all the groups. There's been people from the church that made it their mission to go everywhere they could and say, he's not Elvis. I know him. Okay. All right. So when you start to notice there are things that you wouldn't notice if you were doing a study on Michael Jackson. People say he faked his death, or Jim Morrison. You might find a few things, but you wouldn't find dozens and dozens and dozens. That would negate the old rule that where there's, in this case, billows of smoke, there's no fire. No fire. Nothing to see here. Keep walking. Keep walking. So that's what we have to deal with. Now here on the other side of it, I have a very wonderful audience that we meet when we do the live shows, and also in the comment sections of the pre-recorded videos. And we try to do a lot of positive stuff. We're going through the list of the top 50. I've never done 50 before, and we've done 30. Parts 1, 2, and 3 are up, and in part 4, I'll do the last 20. But I'm not going to promise an air date on it, because when I do that, I forget that it's really important that I be ready to do it, that I feel good about doing it now. It's the same thing with the Homage to Rush series. We've been trying to build an audience there, because I do try constantly to find people that like other subjects, and when we're living in this kind of political world, it's fascinating stuff. Now, I realize there's a whole bunch of voices doing that, but I have my take too. And in Homage to Rush, we pay a tribute to the greatest talkman, in my opinion, of all times. We use the Rush Limbaugh theme song, and thus those videos can't be monetized. But people hit the thanks button. I'm always thankful for people who hit the thanks button here, because that helps us so much. We are a small fish in a big pond. There are people that do this very topic that get many more hits than me. So they're making a bigger impact than I am. And then you've got all those Facebook groups. So, and I don't think anybody has ever said that if the pastor were to video message me and say, take them down, that they would want to do that. They would want to do that. But with all that said, we have wonderful people that join us, and a core audience. But when I go off to another topic, whether it be a spiritual topic, or whether it be a political topic, or even a video about spotting Amanda Seyfried on the highway, her driving next to me for a while, even that doesn't reach her fan base, which is in the millions. That's the hard thing, trying to expand. If you do something on I don't know, let's say if I do a video on Nostradamus, well, there'll be some of my audience that'll be kind of interested. But the core audience for Nostradamus is not going to even know I ever did the video. That's the problem, So, but I'm very, very blessed to have the kind of audience I do. And we love to tell positive stories about Household of Faith. I pause for in case they want to insert something there. If I never stop, they have to just throw it in, of course, when you do something like that, you can totally lose your train of thought. But we have just covered in the videos just about every angle. Could he be the son of Elvis? The best theory so far this year from the audience came from someone who calls himself D. Lyall 26, I think. D. Lyall 26, who said, what if around the time Elvis was in the army, Vernon had a love child with another woman. Dark-haired woman, perhaps. Could that be who we see? Because there's always those who say, oh, he's not 89 going on 90, and what have you. And we've talked about that. We have shown pictures. But, one critic who was telling me that Sigrid Schultz was this person right here, wrong, wrong, wrong. Also told me that definitely that's Robert Wayne Joyce. Here he is with Relina Hattie in 1975. I've shown this many times. And so now you want me to believe that this man transformed into this man. So as Jack Nicholson says, and I think as good as it gets, go sell crazy somewhere else. We're all full up here. We're all full up on the crazy, So, hey, I've been doing this for 6.5 years, and the Holy Spirit has it all in check. And now there's all those Facebook groups and what have you. So start your own channel if you have a passion to shout from the hilltops that Bob Joyce is not Elvis. You could be right. You could be right. We've explored that. And we have interesting videos like a barrel full of Bob Joyces, because not only is there Robert Wayne Joyce, we don't know where he is, in my opinion. There are two. I've talked about the two Bob Joyce theory since early on. And but then there's other guys too. Back when Elvis was in his prime and into the 70s, there were Elvis doubles that were around. What if they came to Benton, Arkansas? Because we have a very successful video. Sometimes a Bob Joyce who looks different appears. Watch that video. And I'm not talking about Robert Wayne Joyce. There's a few of them. There's 3-4 of them. Interesting. But people have told me that they went to the church and they saw the man who we always see on camera. There's only one that appears on camera and holds the service at Household of Faith. But they did catch a glimpse, or in one case more of a glimpse, in an afternoon lunch of the man they thought would be Robert Wayne Joyce, and everybody knows and accepts him, when he comes to lunch. So who knows? It's a fascinating story. We cover all the angles. Pastor Bob often has fun with the topic. Gene Ho has fun with the topic. And, as I say, we try to keep it positive. I love getting those stories in my email about people who visit and what have you. When something appears to be worth broadcasting, since I'm the chronological storyteller, I tell it, I did not show the funeral card for the Lisa Marie Presley when it was first sent to me. First I said, well, it could be manufactured, it could be fake. But I knew that if I put it up, I would probably get the hottest video of my life. But I said, it's a bridge too far. It's a bridge too far. I'm not out to hurt anybody. I'm a big fan of Pastor Bob Joyce, big fan of Elvis Presley, Not the kind of fan who went to Graceland or has even ever been to Graceland and saw every Elvis movie. I was the disc jockey playing Elvis songs on the radio at a variety of radio stations. So, we have talked about him being the son of Elvis Presley, because people say he's only in his 60s, or 72 years old now. Robert Wayne Joyce, I think, would be about 72 years old right now. And people were mostly quick to poo-poo that, saying, look at the scars, look at the veins, look at the broken pinkies. It's him. And there's so many other stories, So we just peruse through them. And you can make up your mind, but nobody should make up your mind for you. No one should make up your mind for you. And there are people out there that just want to do that. They think that's their public service to Elvis Presley. We're pretty sure that he did not die August of '77. Cousin Gene Smith said, as he looked at him in the coffin, he said, looked like a glued-on toupee. One of the sideburns, the glue was coming off. Looked like a younger Elvis. Looked like a wax dummy. And we tell all that story in our coincidences. So I'll let you know, and we'll be doing the top the 20, the final top 20. It'll be soon, but not quite ready to do it yet. As for Homage to Rush, I think we'll wait till about the 21st of January when Trump is in office and now going full speed to make America great again. And I know Pastor Bob Joyce would agree with that mission, and is a fan of President Trump as I am, and very hopeful that 2025 will be a lot better than the last 4 years. A lot better than the last 4 years. So that's our little Bob Joyce / Elvis chat. Fans and critics. The fans, they're just phenomenal. The enthusiasm never wanes. You guys give me pictures. You give me story ideas. You give me information from one of the Elvis groups that I would miss because I don't belong to any of them, and things like that. And then there's those, there's those critics. But that's par for the course too, as long as you're respectful and keep it in the Google, YouTube guidelines, and then. But if it becomes like your mission to keep saying the same thing over and over, I know from experience, especially in the live shows, that the audience doesn't want that. They don't come here for that. They don't come here for people to make fun or what have you. It's a safe place to talk about their favorite topic. Now, my personal email is jackthefairguy, FAIRGUY, jackthefairguy@gmail.com. And as I say, we are live most Saturday nights at 10 p.m. East Coast time for Worldwide Ramblings. I'm talking to you on the 26th. It's now about 1:21 in the morning, and we will be live Thanksgiving Eve, Wednesday night, at 10 p.m. East Coast time for Worldwide Ramblings midweek. And then on Thursday, the actual Thanksgiving Day, I'll pop on a couple of times for a short time live, all right? So I appreciate you. I know that in any topic you could do, if I was talking about welding, there'd be people coming on and say, you don't know anything about welding. And they would definitely be right.